Imagine someone walks into your shop and says, "I want to buy your whole business, but I won't use my money." You laugh, right? But private equity firms do this every single day, and business owners still say yes. Today, we unpack how that's even possible. You've heard the phrase, "they buy companies with other people's money." But whose money is this exactly? Let's disclose them. Banks and credit funds, which is to provide debt. Limited partners, LPs, which is to invest equity into PE funds. And the target company itself may be used post-acquisition to fund the deal. Yes, sometimes the company they're buying pays for its own purchase. A real PE deal isn't just buy and hold. It's often more like convince the owner to sell or partly sell. Reorganize the company legally and financially. Bring in third parties to co-invest or lend, and install their own people or advisors. The actual purchase is just one small part. Most of the work? It's assembling the structure behind the scenes. Think of it like they don't buy the business, they buy control. Forget the textbook LBO. Let's look at a real-world example. Say the purchase price is 15 million ringgit. The funding stack might look like 15 million ringgit from senior bank loan, 10 million ringgit from mezzanine loan that has higher interest and more risk. Next, 15 million ringgit is classified as equity from PE fund, another 5 million ringgit from co-investors, maybe rich families or ex-owners, and finally another 5 million ringgit from seller rollover loaner keeps partial shares. This kind of multi-layered deal is common in Southeast Asia now, especially with family businesses. You'd think a business owner would say, "No thanks, come back when you have cash." But many say yes. Why? Here's why sellers often agree: because they want to exit quietly, no succession plan. Partial sale still lets them earn later, called rollover. Or a PE firm might promise growth, IPO, or regional expansion. In Southeast Asia, trust and face saving are huge. PE firms often position themselves as partners, not predators. Here's the truth. Most PE professionals aren't spending their day analyzing spreadsheets. They're structuring, negotiating, and building deal frameworks. They find creative ways to defer payments or installments, use earnouts, for example. Owner only gets full price if growth targets met, and bring in strategic investors such as logistics groups and conglomerates. It's less about buying and more about orchestrating. When someone says they bought a business with other people's money, they rarely mention the real cost was giving up control. Once a PE firm steps in, owner may become minority, all major decisions go through the board, and profit gets split by a capital waterfall. And if performance doesn't meet targets, PE can force a sale, bring in new management, or shut down non-core operations. Every PE deal has a shadow cast of professionals you never hear about, such as corporate finance boutiques, offshore lawyers, especially in Singapore deals, due diligence firms in KL, Bangkok, Jakarta, audit, HR, tech, ESG consultants, and even PR teams to announce the deal. They all get paid, sometimes millions. It's not a deal, it's a project. After the deal closes, here's what usually happens in the next 12 months. Financial controls are tightened, unprofitable units may be shut, hiring is centralized, monthly board reporting begins, and company may even get ready for resale, IPO, or merger. This is the value creation phase, and it's where success or failure gets locked in. If you're a founder approached by a PE firm, be cautious of unclear deal structure. If you don't understand the funding stack, don't sign. Aggressive leverage, too much debt can choke your business. Earnout traps, targets that are nearly impossible to hit. Governance loss, you may no longer control the company. Smart founders hire their own advisors before agreeing to anything. This buyout model used to be rare in Southeast Asia, not anymore. Today, local PE funds, family offices, and even sovereign wealth funds are structuring creative buyouts of clinics, auto service chains, education centers, mid-size e-commerce brands, and local logistics operators. It's not just big American funds anymore. It's homegrown capital buying homegrown businesses. So when someone says they bought that company with other people's money, you now know what they really mean. They didn't need a lot of money. They needed permission, structure, and trust. That's the skill set that wins in private equity.